not very good at, and I went to a school where there was a lot of public speaking involved. And so I got really good at public speaking. And this is one of the things is oftentimes something that you're not necessarily really good at, you can get really good at if you give yourself an opportunity to see it as an opportunity rather than just a challenge. I just stopped GAF and it helped a lot. What is GAF? I won't ban you, I promise. I don't even know what that is. God is love. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares. Yes. Thanks for the follows, guys. What is the work you have been doing for your nervous system? So, I'm a huge nerd when it comes to human design. I think human design is one of the greatest coagulations of information and knowledge of our generation. And the reason I think that is because it brings together the Kabbalah, which is how let's go, which is how spirit manifests into matter. The I Ching, which is a pattern recognition system, astrology, which is another pattern recognition system, but looking up into the stars, whereas the I Ching is looking at turtle shells and biology, and the chakra system, which is an energetic body system. So it's the synthesis of so many different systems, and basically, for those of you that don't know, all you have to do is plug in your birthday into like my website will generate one of you these for free, and it'll show you like the way that your instrument is meant to be played. We can just put it that way. Now this is just a representation of your physical instrument, but it's an energetic representation that couples with words and a language that is, in my opinion, some of the most powerful mental frameworks that I've ever come across. And I've been on my journey since 2011, 2012, and I'm like the kind of person that like really like I need proof. You know, I need evidence. I need experiences to validate. I'm not the kind of person that will just believe something. In fact, when there's something or somebody asking me to believe something, it's really exciting for me because I'm going to ask, well, what is it that makes you believe this? I'll ask them why they believe what they believe. Some people get offended. Some people get very excited because they believe something based off their knowledge of something. And so they know it and they don't necessarily believe it, but they know it. So, anyway, um, I would advise people to start simply. The best way to start, honestly, is to just get a report or get a reading. It depends on what type you are, really what style is going to be best for you. The thing that has really been the game changer though is because like this is 444 pages of information about your type, about each gate, about each channel and stuff like that. And there is a whole lot of information in here, but when it comes to translating it and getting it from here into your body, and this is the whole point of this system, is to get information, to get your idea, your desires, what you think into your body so that it can actually be manifested. And so, what me and my buddy Pasha created was a community where people can come together and not necessarily learn human design, right? We have courses in there, but it's not about learning human design. It's about creating a body that can actually channel your design. So, this is something that not a lot of people talk about in the human design community because it hasn't really been brought forward in until now, which is the concept of like, how do you go from living up in your head to living in your body? Like the whole point of human design is to help you surrender to your form, which is your body. And one of the things that people miss is actually surrendering to the body. They think that if they learn a bunch of information about human design, which I've been there, I know as much as I really want to know about human design, and yet still there are times when my body isn't doing what I want it to do, right? What is anxiety and why is there a constant hum or anxiety in my body? So this is what I'm talking about. There's a difference between the brain being able to think in pictures and videos and the body being able to feel through sensation. So my sense, fabulous 50s, is that there's some sensation inside you that your mind doesn't know how to categorize it, right? Your mind is trying to fit it into a box. And this is what a lot of people are trying to do. They're looking at their lives, they're looking at the sensations and experiences, they're reading human design, and they're saying, okay, what box does this fit in? And the reality is, like, you don't put it in a box. Sensation in its rawest form is either your best asset or one of your biggest liabilities. So for instance, the constant hum of anxiety that you feel in your body, that's the same hum as like life force moving through you. Like the sensation of blood moving through your veins will either cause you anxiety and make you worried, or it will enable you and enliven you and excite you and fill you with energy. The difference is what paradigm, and specifically it's in your brainstem. When you filter sensation up into the brain and you make decisions with the brain, and you filter things too much, what we call in human design conditioning. It's like how your dad would do it, how your partner would want you to do it, how your best friend in grade school grew up doing it, right? Human beings were wonderful, powerful observers of our external world, but before we start to observe the external world, we feel inside. We feel the pressure in our gut. Like when you're a baby, and everyone was a baby, right? Sometimes it trips me up. I have two babies. Well, one's a toddler now, but I got two kids. And it trips me up to think that every single one of you, including myself, was a baby. That's how we all started. No one just spawned in like 19, 20 years old. You might not remember things before 4, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't matter. All that stuff happened to you. And the pressure in your stomach, the pressure in your face, right? The sneezing, the crying, the breastfeeding, those relationships are either amplified in childhood or they're suppressed. And for most of us, they're suppressed, right? You're a little kid and you're in church. I'm a little kid, I'm in church. I'm feeling upset. Something's wrong with my stomach. I'm like, ugh. My dad's like, shh, quiet. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's normal for me to suppress pain. Or I'm singing a song in high school and someone goes, hey, who sings that song? And I say, oh, that's the Jackson 5. And they're like, oh, you should let them sing it. And I say, oh, okay, I guess it's not, I shouldn't sing because my voice isn't good. Like we make decisions for survival, for to fit in with everybody else. We make all these decisions, and then as adults, we never reconsider those decisions. And so it's so important now, not necessarily to do inner child healing work, but to work with the nervous system that you have. And so like here's a great specifically for anxiety and the humming that you feel, right? Something that I want you to do is I want you to puff out your cheeks like this, smell, swallow, and then when you exhale, see if you can hum. Eyes up, and for my fabulous 50s friend, cheeks out the whole time. So it's going to look like this. And what I want you to do is like a bat. I want you to use that humming and that vibration to sort of like echolocate inside your body. Like, see if you can get that feeling of vibration from your throat to be felt in your wrist, elbow, shoulder, glutes, your feet. See if you can send that vibration to other places than just the throat. Now, what this is going to do, like you might cough, you might sneeze, it might be hard for you. You might be like, no way am I doing that. That's like the weirdest thing ever. You might be totally alone, no one's watching you. And I'm doing it with almost 60 people watching me. Not to say like I'm better than you. It's like, yo, I've exposed my nervous system to more stuff than you guys have, willingly, consciously, in a safe way too. Because sometimes, again, sometimes things happen, it's not safe, and you make a decision that prevents you from hurting yourself or hurting other people. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you're like 4, 5, 6 years old and you make a decision that I'm never gonna express myself. I'm never gonna do anything silly. I'm never going to tell people no because I don't want the consequence. The reality check that happens is when you do something silly or when you do something goofy, As an adult, there's different consequences than there were when you were a kid. But your body doesn't know that. Your mind doesn't know that yet. So you have to give it an experience of doing something safely. Have you ever seen anybody cured from supposedly incurable diseases like diabetes 1? Mm, not specifically diabetes 1, but I have worked with quite a few people that have had scoliosis, that have had depression, that have had anxiety, that have had health issues, gut issues, women with their moon cycles, that in doing this work, they've balanced that out. Now, diabetes would be a really interesting one because the thing about diabetes, right? Again, this is all comes down to like organ function and chemical release. Um, Oftentimes science tells us just a little bit of the picture, and then 10, 20 years later there's more science that says, oh, actually we thought this was the way to approach it, but this is actually the way to approach it. The way that we were approaching it before has actually made the problem worse. And I'm not saying I'm not a science denier. What I'm saying is that science is alive, and that there's no such thing as like the end of an exploration until we are no longer capable of exploring. And so I learned these methods from my brother Pasha, who I was already studied in human design. He was already studied in human design, but he was out here fixing people like left and right, like getting people out of wheelchairs, getting people who, again, had crazy scoliosis, like 13, 14 degrees in opposite directions, fixing their spines. And this is all again, there's no medication, there's no supplements, although there's plenty of supplements that I could recommend. This is about like the movement or the physicality of your body, doing things like this in the mornings, so that way you're building a relationship with pressure. And that's exactly what this is. You build a relationship with pressure, and you build a relationship with energy is just a measure of or sorry, heat is just a measure of energy. Like the sun has a lot of energy. Out in space there's not a lot of energy. Sun is hot, space is cold, right? And so if you build a relationship with pressure and heat or energy inside your body through physical, practical stuff, your organs will start to reassociate themselves. Like, for instance, diabetes, right, is caused by an, or is the, I guess the definition of it would be like the inability for the body to produce insulin in appropriate levels, right? So it's literally a lack of communication between your body and your insulin production. And if you could build that relationship, like if there's a, you know, an organ you can pressurize or an organ you can heat up, that would make that synapse both in your brain and your nervous system, but also in your organs, like that would be a way to heal that. How do I relieve pain all over my body from stress and anxiety? Okay. So one thing that I really love about this work, and by the way, for those of you guys that are loving this, do me a favor, share the live. I think I've only got 2 shares. Sharing the live is super helpful. Liking the live, super helpful. Again, all this stuff, by the way, I have it like stored away in a membership. It's a paid membership you can access, but I give most of this stuff away live if you guys ask for it, just because like I've seen this help so many people. Now it will take a little bit more probably. Like you could definitely heal yourself from just using all of my live nuggets, but if you like really want access to the whole method in like a more do this and then this and then this and then this and then this, like a sequence, come check out the archive. But when it comes to anxiety, like where do you feel the anxiety building up in your body? Like where is the place with the most pain? Thank you guys for sharing the live. Desolate creature sharing the live, appreciate you. Nichols, thank you for sharing the live, appreciate you guys. I've been stressing so much for a period in my life, then it became inflammation and stomach and colon. Okay. Yep, stomach and colon. Okay. Shoulders. Got you. Okay. Anyone else want to throw in? Where do you feel pain in your body? Chest. All right. So colon, chest, shoulders. These, and again, these are different pain points for everybody. Feet and hips, back, stomach, head, hands, neck. All right, guys. With some My stomach pain and the left side of my body all the time, all over, neck, just everywhere. All right, cool. Thank you guys. Low back, endo, womb and endo. Okay, so here's the deal. This is not a silver bullet, right? The exercise that I'm about to show you guys is not a silver bullet. It's an entry point. It's the first step on a long journey of changing your relationship with pain, right? Like we've been taught that pain is here to show us that something is wrong. And we also, with our minds, don't want to be wrong. Think about it. Given a choice between having an argument and being wrong in the argument or being right in the argument, how many of you would rather be right in the argument? I'm not even going to wait for a response. Pretty much all of you, because I know I would rather be right in an argument. I would rather be prepared, come with enough data, be right, objectively right, not just right in my own head, objectively right. So the brain is hardwired to avoid being wrong, and pain shows us what's wrong in our body. So we have to take that word pain and the experience of the ouch, this hurts, and we have to massage pain back into a more neutral thing that our brain doesn't want to avoid, and that's sensation. So what this exercise is doing is it's the first step to rewiring and reformulating, reconstituting your relationship to pain. So that instead of, ouch, pain, something's wrong with me, well, I better ignore this, or I better suppress this, or I better fix this, it's, whoa, that is a sensation right there. What does the sensation want from me? It's no longer a runaway. It's no longer I have to fix this immediately. It's no longer I have to heal myself or otherwise I'm not worthy of love. It's I am worthy of love. This sensation is showing me where maybe I'm a little bit deprived of that. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to take our hands, and what I want you to understand is that the hands, the face, the feet, the ears, these are all fractalized into the body, right? Like you've got liver points, gallbladder points, more liver points, all over your body, all over your hands. They're fractalized. And so what we're going to do is we're going to engorge these parts of our body. We're going to fill them with pressure. We're going to fill them with blood. And the way that we're going to do this is first we're going to do it with the hands. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to take your hands, elbows are going to be about 90 degrees right here. And you're just going to inflate your hands, okay? Like imagine though you're trying to palm a basketball. That's me not doing anything. This is me going with the wide hands, be inflating my hands. I'm trying to get my hands around something. I want your middle finger to bisect your arm like this, okay? And I want you to flex the hand like this. Ooh, okay? So that's the position. So wide hands like you're trying to palm a basketball. Middle finger is right in the middle of your forearm. And then you're going to go into a little bit of extension there, okay? So we're going to extend. And what I'm going to do with my elbows is drive my elbows into my ribs. And I'm going to push my ribs out into my elbows. Okay, so you're going to hold this with your hands, right? Shoulders can come back like you're trying to pinch something back here. Back and squeeze. And then what you're going to do is puff your cheeks out. And you're just going to look up, smell, swallow, and blow a cool stream of air like you're blowing out birthday candles. We're going to do this for just a minute, okay? We're going to do it just for a minute. So get in the position, wide hands, wrists down, puff the cheeks, and 1 minute begins now. Smell, swallow, regulate the out breath. Keep the pressure in the cheeks the whole time. Keep your eyes up. Keep the hands activated. And listen to the sensations. If you feel pain, see if you can make little micro movements. Don't run away from the pain. Just ask the pain, like, hey, what do you want? Where do you want to go? Squeeze your rib cage with your elbows and with your arms. There's no wrong way to do this, guys. If you're doing this, great. If you're not doing this, no worries. All right, and last breath together. Smell, swallow, exhale. Now, very slowly, like as slowly as you can, just dial the pressure back. Dial the effort down, 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 down. And now just close your eyes, put your hands in your lap, and just kind of feel what's happening in your body. Feel, is anything moving? What sensations are you present to? What does it smell like where you're at? What kind of thoughts are you thinking? And then when you're ready, flutter open your eyes and just look around the space that you're in and just like let your eyes wander around for a little bit. Don't get stuck on anything. Don't be like, that's a TV, that's a speaker, that's a microphone, that's a bed. Just like move around. Look at all the textures, take it in as if you were a child and you didn't know what anything was called. Just look around at stuff. And then, whenever you're ready, feel free to come back here to me on your phone or on your computer. And if you feel called to share, let me know what you felt there. That was literally, I think, a minute and a half actually. A minute and a half of exercises or a drill, a couple of different drills stacked on top of each other. This is what we call sensory design. This is how we actually manifest your human design body graph. You can learn all the information in here, guys, but if you're not willing to do that kind of stuff, your nervous system is going to be exactly the same. And understand, if you have, like, for instance, if you have an iPhone 4 way back in the day, it will not be capable of running the software updates that come out for your iPhones today or Androids or whatever. Your old hardware cannot run the new software. So, software, hardware. Doesn't matter how much of this you have if you have old, outdated hardware. Okay? This is just going to overload you. So, anyway, I felt a strong surge of energy ripple through everything, and my third eye was tingling like crazy. Is the middle of the eyebrow point separate to straight meridian points, or are you speaking generally? If you know them, cool. You don't need to know them though to access this. Liver in the middle of the eyebrows. It's more like zone therapy, and I could be wrong about that. That's where I go for liver, and it's not middle of the eyebrows. It's kind of like in here, at least with the information that I'm working at. I felt overwhelmed looking around, but more at peace within than before. Chris, great share there, my friend. Like, for those of you that felt overwhelmed, um, again, overwhelm, all of these sensations, right? Your mind is categorizing them. Oh, it's bad to be overwhelmed. Well, maybe you just need to upgrade your nervous system, or maybe you're genuinely in a place that is overstimulating and not good for your nervous system. How do you tell the difference? Most people look to an expert. Excuse me, Mr. Expert, should I be overwhelmed by this? And they say, well, let me analyze you and all this stuff based off of the data that I've analyzed, um, yes, you should be overwhelmed, or no, you shouldn't be overwhelmed. Here, let me give you this medication. This is in human design. We call it authority. There's external authority, right? Science, facts, etc. Inner authority, your organs talking. So what helps me is cold water therapy, swimming in the ocean, and deep breathing. Yeah, and again, that's all movement, right? And so the idea is that there are these subtle movements that can be overwhelming, uncomfortable, that are supposed to be natural. Okay, so we got people feeling more peaceful. That's where it seems accurate what you said from what I've felt. So wondering. Yeah, I think you were more on bladder, yang, Linking liver outside, I thought. Yeah, let me go look up my. Yeah, and if you just look up zone therapy, is kind of like where I get a lot of the information from. Um, yeah. Oh, liver is more in the middle of the eyebrows. Kidney, gallbladder, bladder, gallbladder. Oh, that's kidney. There's liver. But again, it's like you don't need a degree, right, to have a relationship with your body. That's the beautiful thing about it. I haven't heard of it before, but it seems accurate, even though it's different than meridians. How do I get out of functional freeze? You put yourself in states of functional freeze. So one of my favorite ways to view this is kind of like microdosing sensation, right? Or microdosing pain, or microdosing overwhelm, right? So for instance, like fight or flight, um, functional freeze. A lot of this stuff has to do with primarily, again, pressure. Like you don't get put into the functional freeze unless someone is like putting pressure on you. And so what you do is you build a relationship yourself with pressure. One of the best ways to do that is either plug the nose and try and breathe out. See what's happening to my neck, or breathe in. What's going to happen is your ability to tolerate the lack of usable oxygen, right? CO2 tolerance is going to be shown to you. And especially with the plugging and breathing in, that will bring up feelings of drowning. That will bring up feelings of being suffocated. And so if you can build a relationship with those sensations of I'm drowning, I'm suffocating, and realize like, hey, it's okay. I can hold it for a second longer. Panic hits. Stay calm within the panic. I decide when to let go. That's one of the ways that I would work through functional freeze. I definitely, for me, a lot of my functional freeze came in the form of like people pleasing. I knew what people wanted me to say, especially in situations that were emotionally charged, and I wanted to keep the peace. And so I would just say that, right? Um, Once you start doing this work, it's like being unplugged from the matrix. You can't go back in. I did this a lot when I was little. Is this beneficial? Yeah, well, it's again, as children, we explore much more courageously. We don't know what we should be afraid of. Sensation teaches us, like, hey, you knock your head or knock your knee on something is like, hey, maybe you should be a little bit more mindful there. But it's really our parents that teach us what should we be afraid of, what's allowed, what's not allowed. And again, pain is a great teacher. Sensation is our first teacher. As a baby, the sensation of your stomach being empty and your stomach starting to metabolize itself, the pain of that, the sensation of your stomach eating itself as a baby, is the thing that causes you to go, ah, ah, ah. And then when the boob comes in your mouth, the sensation on your lips, the literal feeling of like, whoa, what is that? And they'll feed with their entire body. It's not just it the pressure of poop building up in you. Time to let go of something. Okay, I don't really know how to do that. Like babies need a lot of help, guys. Yeah, Angela, this will be on YouTube. So yeah, so building a relationship now with an adult with pressure and with heat and with energy is very, very important. It's very helpful. I would say it's probably more important than doing breath work or yoga or any of that kind of stuff. Not to say that's not beneficial, but oftentimes these are someone learned from someone, learned from someone, learned from someone who like actually had the experience. And this is where we get these like copy of a copy of a copy. They're like very diluted. Um, Bodies of wisdom and knowledge. It's not my knowledge of the thing. It's my teacher's knowledge. He went to this spiritual sphere and he brought this wisdom back. And we're good on the wisdom. Like, dude, how do I get to the fucking sphere? That's what I want to know. So anyway, that's kind of where What did I miss out on? Did you guys do a meditation of sorts? We did a little exercise, but I'll probably be doing another one in like 5 minutes over here. I see designs. So, and by the way, if anyone is like wanting to experience more of this, we have a class today happening in, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, in 4 hours. We have two classes a day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, in the archive. And it's my partner Pasha teaching this, he's the guy that I learned this from. Okay. The beauty about this though is like, regardless of who you learn it from, the pressure starts to teach you. Your inner authority, your organs start to teach you. The sensations in your body start to show you, hey, like this is, you might want to be more mindful about this, or you might want to get this different gear um, to do this. You might want to do this with like less of a on your face. This morning's class was so good, by the way. Yep, those classes are fire. And they're only half an hour long too, so it's not like a huge commitment. But the archive, guys, it's a paid membership, but it's very affordable. It's 37 bucks. It's like half as expensive as, or probably like 3 times less expensive than the gym that I have over here. And there's so much more, how you say, sustainability and quality built into it. Again, you get a gym membership, you got access to the equipment. Cool. You get an archive membership, you literally have access to like the stepping stones on how to reclaim your inner authority, on how to reconstitute your relationship with authority, with your body, through things that seemingly won't like make a big difference. Like I used to do this as a kid too. And my mom was like, "Oh, stop holding your breath. That's not good. You might pass out." And while that is true, I might pass out. It doesn't mean it's not good, right? What's the difference between an Olympic level free diver and some random person? The Olympic level freediver subjects themselves to a lot more stimulation, a lot more discomfort, and a lot more training than the average person. Now, I'm not endeavoring to be an Olympic level diver, but there's something about their ability to stay calm under high pressure situations, physically, mentally, and emotionally, that all of us can recognize. That's why it's a freaking thing. Like, that person's a freak in nature. It's like, no, they're just like nature that's evolved and gotten better and better and better. And like I said, guys, everyone here, everyone on the live, including myself, has high level software running on hardware that is desperate for upgrades. It's desperate for upgrades. Like with the 60 holding through the weighting of the pulse, weighting is why, pressure is everything, right? Yep. And that's what causes mutation. Like if your stomach doesn't have the right pressure and the right heat, the food is not going to digest well. If you don't chew up the food enough, it doesn't digest as good. And it's like, they would say, I remember like, oh yeah, you're supposed to chew your food 100 times before you swallow it. Why? It's not necessarily so that your food can be mashed up better. It's actually so that your jaw can be stronger. Most people bite like this. It's just these muscles. We, as human beings, are built to bite like this. And once you get more into this work, like we have whole classes, guys, around the throat center that will teach you how to open up the vagus nerve, that will teach you how to get your vestibular ocular reflex, that's your ears and your eyes, and your vestibular system to sync up so that you're just a more powerful natural human being. Does this work for POTS? I had someone else ask about that, and I don't know. I don't have that. But I would gather if you endeavored to practice this, that you would probably find, yeah, it does work for that. Thank you. The video relieving the nervous system 100% helped. You're welcome. Is this spaghetti? Most people are spaghetti. Most people think like yoga and stretching is going to help them. And it doesn't, unfortunately. It doesn't, because you don't actually get to build a relationship with your body. You're building a relationship with the teacher who has a relationship with their body, and you're trying to get something that is in somebody else. And this is again, this is one of the biggest hurdles that we have to overcome as a civilization, as human beings, is recognizing that despite the experts in the studies and stuff like that The reason miracles happen for people that either have chronic illness or disease, the difference between those people and the people that rely on other, you know, treatments and stuff like that, is that the people who actually manifest miracles and heal themselves, they do it with, they just do it. Like they do it with their organs. They do it with what's inside of them. They don't look at the disease or the chronic illness as something that's here to take them out. They see it as a teacher and they learn from it. They learn from the sensation. They learn from the pain. And so we typically will not do that unless it's threatening our lives, or rather we will see what kind of person we are, whether we're going to find a doctor to heal us or whether we're going to help ourselves. Yeah. What helps for back pain? Walking properly helps. Foot placement helps. Again, similar, a lot of people don't have the right glute activation, and because of that, their back takes on a lot of it. One thing that is really important about the back is like the spine is supposed to undulate, right, and move. And so one thing that's really, for me, whenever my back is in pain, which is funny because my back actually is in pain. I did this like ridiculously long hike last week, and it feels like my spine is bruised. And one of the things that I've been looking at is what positions does the pain activate, and then how can I saturate that part and stabilize it so that the pain starts to move into other areas, or the sensation starts to move into other areas. POTS is also autoimmune and mineral imbalance and stress hormones and viruses. Yeah. Again, I'm not the doctor. I'm not the person that's gonna go and like study and gather data. I would love to find someone like that though, because I'd be really curious to see what data would be gathered. I'm sort of the swing in the opposite direction. I'm the like, why would you track why would you let, an Aura ring or a smartwatch track metrics when you don't even like pay attention to smelling or swallowing or your heart rate variability? Right? Like people are doing this already. They're further outsourcing. Oh, this is health. Me having a good sleep schedule. Like I bet you like half of those biohackers are just fucking miserable. Like absolutely miserable. Because they're still looking to devices. They're trying to hack their biology, rather than realizing like our biology is the hack. The way that we move as human beings is the hack. Why do you have an audio mix? So I record music. There's a condenser microphone in there. I've got some pretty nice microphones right here, actually. Oh, you can see them. Anyway, I make music, so and I love making music. I was singing last night. I just put like Sleep Token on and just like started jamming to it. It was so fun. By jamming, I mean singing, which was great. Checking your cognitive tone, how you heal. Feels to me that you might be splenic. Angela, you know so much about this stuff. It's hilarious. Yeah, music is one of the great healers. It's created a lot of really great analogies for me with the work that I do. For instance, like the body graph, right? Like everyone has a unique one of these, right? Everyone has a unique instrument. And when it comes to playing that instrument, you have to know how to tune it. Like if you have a guitar and you can play a guitar, great. And I know people that can play guitar pretty well, but they don't know how to tune a guitar. And so when you have your guitar that's out of tune, even if you can play it well, it's not going to sound good because it's out of tune. So learning how to tune is very important. And learning how to tune by ear is different than needing an external device. This is oftentimes the external device. What I am endeavoring to show people is how to discover how to tune yourself by ear. So that way you don't need to rely on an external device. This is very, very helpful. It's very, very helpful. But oftentimes it's very distracting as well. People will go really deep into information about themselves, but they won't go into sensation about themselves because it's uncomfortable. It's painful. I get it. Like, I get it. That's why it's like we created a method where you can like slowly start to build a tolerance to pain and sensation and pressure. My voice feels out of tune talking sometimes. So okay, Cece, what question for you? What what triggers that thought? What makes you say that? Right? Like when you're speaking, you're like, there's a quivering in my chest. It feels lower tone wise than it should be. It feels higher tone wise. I feel like I'm talking at a faster pace. Like I feel like I can't keep up. What is the sensation that triggers this? Cece, whoa, you just unlocked something big. I feel this. Yeah, I feel this. I feel this so much again with music because I used to not like the sound of my voice. But that was because I was only singing with this, like, okay, nasally and higher, my voice is naturally low. Okay, Cece, check this out. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your hands. I want you to push into your neck like this. And then I want you to swallow. And I want you to feel your fingers get pressed out. Check this out. You see my fingers get pushed out? You might have to do it a couple times. It's like wrap your fingers all the way around your neck. You can even choke yourself if you want. But what I want you to do is I want you to swallow and I want you to keep your fingers pushed out. So check it out. And then I want you to continue to swallow, smell, swallow, and then blow a cool stream of air. Look up, smell, swallow, cool stream of air. Smell, swallow, cool stream of air. Now, I want you to get to the point where you can feel like, oh, wow, my neck is getting tired, right? Like, it takes effort to push out here. So, what I want you to do is get to the point where your neck starts to feel tired, and I want you to increase the amount of pressure that you're squeezing. Smell, swallow, cool stream of air. Now, I want you to puff your cheeks out like a chipmunk and keep doing the same thing. Don't lose the pressure in your cheeks. Smell, swallow, breathe out through the nose. Keep the fingers expelled from the sides of your neck the entire time. Now, on this next one, I want you to just do a little humming. One more time. Swallow. Good. Relax. And I want you to just take your right hand, take it across the left side of your face, look to the right, and just slide your hand down, all the way down. Look the other direction. Take from the top of your head, slide it down. Just do this a couple times. I'm taking the energy from up here, all of that nasally energy, and I'm bringing it down. Now you're going to take your finger, put it on the side of your nose here. You're going to try and like turn your head against your finger. You're not plugging your nose. You're just turning against. Look to the left. Smell. Swallow. Cool stream of air. Like you're blowing out birthday candles. The more you look to the left, the harder you're able to turn right, but your finger is like a wall. It's not letting you move. This looking to the left, it's like I'm trying to look over my shoulder, like I'm trying to look as far as I can. I'm trying to break this open here. Look really hard, drive your head to the right. Smell, swallow, blow out your birthday candles. 3, 2, One, change sides. Left finger on the left side of the nose. Again, we're not clogging the nostril. We're just holding it open like this. I'm going to try and turn my head to the left. My finger is going to prevent it from turning to the left. And I'm going to look to the right. And I'm going to look to the right again, breaking open this right side of my eye. Smell, swallow, cool stream of air. Trying to turn my head to the left, but my finger is stopping me. And I'm using my eye looking to the right to leverage, pushing this way with my eye so that I can turn my head harder. Your neck should be lighting up right now. Smell, swallow, cool stream of air. Now, wherever you're at with the amount of effort that you're putting into this, ask your body. Say, hey, can we do more? Can we put more effort in, or do we need to dial back the effort? And then do whatever your body says. My body said, do more. Okay. 2 more breaths. Smell, swallow, cool stream of air. Smell, swallow, cool stream of air. And relax. Now just feel. Feel what's going on in your body, in your neck. Say some words, Cece. Say some words out loud. Say them slower than you would normally say them. And let me know if you like the tone of your voice better now. Seek Christ before it's too late. Divination will get you into hell. My Kala. I really wish people like you, like, I feel your heart, but I really wish people like you would listen to what people are saying before you tell them to seek Christ. Like, why don't you ask me what my relationship with Christ is first? Ask me if I believe in Christ. Abby, thanks for sharing the live. You rock. Wyan, hello, my friend. Human design is not a divination tool. I know, exactly. That's what I mean. Do these techniques reset the nervous system? So we're not exactly resetting it. That's like honestly, like a hook. Hey, reset your nervous system. What it's doing is it's making you more aware of what your nervous system is doing. So it's not resetting your nervous system, but it's giving you an opportunity to be like, oh, that's how my nervous system is right now. And in the awareness of it, you have a level of consciousness that you're able to say, okay, is that what I want my nervous system to be doing? When I panic, is that what I want my nervous system to do? Is that what I want my body to be doing? Is that how I want my relationship with high pressure and stuff to be? And then you can make a choice. Again, it's like I did this and I'm like, yeah, this is uncomfortable, but can I do more? I'm not asking permission from like my teacher. Hey, do you think I can do more? Because a good teacher will say, ask your liver, ask your kidneys, can you put more energy into it? And it's like, well, yeah. Okay, then do it. What happens? Whoa. What you thought was 100% effort turns out it's only 70% effort and you can push it harder. Abigail Matthew, hey, I'm good. Are you a bot? 5'5". I genuinely believe you can make yourself taller too. I'm going to do this in my office. Cece, great way to redirect that. I don't know if you responded here, but how do you feel about the tone of your voice now? Can 10 minutes of looking up and breathing really change my life, just even once per day? Here's the thing, man. Instead of you asking me that question, I'm going to ask you a question. Why don't you do it for 30 days and get back to me? And I'm not saying that to just be a dick. I'm genuinely saying that to be like, I can tell you yes. And if I tell you yes, maybe you'll do it. If I say no, that's just a gimmick, then it's like, oh, this guy's a liar. I'm just gonna be like, hey, look, you have to find out for yourself. Because a lot of the people, I will tell them, yes, this can change your life. And they'll be like, wow, that's amazing. What about this? Can this change my life? I'm like, How many life changes do you want to have? Pick one thing, make it small, make it simple. 10 minutes a day of looking up, smelling, swallowing, blowing out your birthday candles, 10 minutes a day. If you're not doing that already in your life, it will change your life. It will give you a clearer picture of your nervous system than you have ever had. Day 6 going strong. Okay, thank you, sun givers. So, from someone that's been doing it for 6 days, how does it feel doing it for 6 days? Cece, you like the tone of your voice. Let's go. This will also, these kinds of exercises, and I can feel my voice is a lot deeper. I don't know. Did you guys track that? My voice is a lot deeper from doing this exercise. A lot of these exercises will also prevent you from talking at a rate that is too fast for you. Right? It's the difference between, yes, a grounded voice and the voice that everyone needs to hear. Right? Versus what I'm actually saying, what I'm actually feeling. So yeah, it gives you a lot of confidence, everything. You haven't been on my FYP in so long, and I've been missing the HD content. Yes, Tierra, what's up? Welcome back to the show. So it's actually less boring and quite relaxing, but after that, I move on with life, and things are the same for now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so great, Sun Givers, great. Great share, honest share. I love it. Thank you for not being like my life has changed, because after six days is just 6 days. Like, you think about the moment that you woke up, the moment that you're like decided, you're like, oh, I'm like a conscious being. I'm in charge of my body. I'm in charge of my decisions, etc. The amount of time that you spent asleep or under the influence of other people, for me, it happened. I was 19 when I like had my first awakening moment. But up until 19, it was like, oh, we go to the doctors to find out what's wrong with you. We listen to the news to let us know what's going on in the world. Like, there was all of this like outsourcing of information. And it wasn't until I was 19. Now I'm 32. So I've been doing this now for not even nearly as much time as I was like sort of in the darkness. So it takes time. But here's the thing, sun givers. There's things about your reality now, whether it's you having to wait for something, or an emotion bubbling up, or something that your practice, just your 6 days of looking up, smelling, swallowing, you're much more aware. You may not notice it right now because the shifts are just starting to happen. If you were to do more exercises on top of that, like some of the exercises in the archive or the exercise we just did there, like, things would probably go faster. But even if you just do that simple thing, and here's the thing, going fast is not better, right? Like, there's plenty of people that want to heal really fast. So they go to medicine journeys and they do biohacking and they do all this stuff. And it's like, when it comes to transformation, sometimes if you transform too fast, it becomes toxic. It becomes another sort of like accomplishment for you, or another chase for approval, or it's like not healthy. Like, a lot of people that are awakening themselves, they're not doing it in a sustainable way. And this is where you have like a spiritual person that wakes up, goes to medicine ceremonies, and now they're addicted to ketamine and partying and being poly. And yes, I have judgments around that kind of stuff. It, Overall, and a lot of communities in general, they're riddled with people that care more about looking the part than actually being the part. So anyway, it's not going to blow my mind and I spiral out of control after 30 days, am I? Yeah, no, it's like, again, it's a gradual shift, and the beauty of this is not to instantly change. Because here's the thing, most people are trying to get away from the life that they had. But the life that you had, the nervous system that you have, fucked up as it may be, got you to where you're at right now. You play the game of survival until you play it well enough that you don't need to just survive anymore. Now you can actually thrive. You can ask yourself, instead of what do I need, right? I need my needs met. What do I want? What do I want to experience from my partner, from my relationship, from my job, right? This exercise made my voice sound so cool, calm, and collected. Yeah, let's go. As women, we forget our low voices sometimes, right? Yeah, but the low voice in a woman is wonderful. So much truth, so aligned, so true. What's the exercise? So we just did it. If you guys want to see that exercise, all of my videos, all of my lives get posted to YouTube, Reikimarco on YouTube. Go follow me there or subscribe there. But if you want like a more active participation, because these lives are pretty random right now. I have a 3 month old. I guess she's gonna be a baby now. She was a newborn, so I'm pretty hands on there. But if you want like I have a community. It's a paid community. It's only $37 per month or $333 for the entire year. In terms of value, what you're getting, it's absolutely insane. Cool people in the community, live weekly classes. We have right now we have 6 classes a week, pre-recorded calls or pre-recorded courses so that you can go at your own pace. And it's simple. It's like we start off with just how to explore the head and ajna, how to explore the throat, how to explore the G, how to explore the heart, etc. And you'll get exercises just like the ones that I did on the live here. You'll get exercises that will give you an opportunity. Again, this is not us telling you what exercises to do based off of your types. This is us giving you the exercises as breadcrumbs so that your body can start to, oh, well, this feels really good. Should I do this? And we'll be like, did your body tell you to do it? And they'll be like, yeah. We'll be like, okay, go. And it's like, we all have to remember. We all have to remember what it's like to follow your own path. It's scary. Other people are going to say, you're stupid, you're dumb. Why are you doing that? That's not helping. But if it feels right in your body, not in your mind, if it feels right in your body, and sometimes things uncomfortable, like the boredom exercise, right? 10 minutes of boredom. My friend Sun Givers here, he says after 6 days, it's less boring and more relaxing. That's good enough for me, dude. What happens when you do that at day 30? Is it like, yo, this is my refuge of peace? Now I have a refuge of peace, even though my day is chaotic. And here's the thing, sun givers too, like don't just let it be a 10-minute practice in the morning. Like when you're feeling stressed out or when you're feeling like you're overthinking or whatever it is that you may perceive as a struggle in your life, drop into it, bro. You're on the bus or you're someone, you're in a big meeting or a lecture or class or whatever, and like someone is just like you're tuning out. Don't tune out, tune in. You don't have to tune into what they're saying. You can tune into yourself, listen to your heartbeat, smell the room, you know, open your throat, all this good stuff. Yeah, it calms the OCD thoughts. Right, right. Yes, my friend. And it's like again, like I don't think OCD is a disorder. I think it's energy that wants to be put instead of ordering the world around you, order your organs. Order your heart and your lungs to be more in synergy. And this is something that you could be like, oh, okay, so my heart beats on average, 60 beats per this. My lungs is that like you could do that. You could do the math around it, but you don't have to. Like your body does the math for you. If you just pay attention to the sensations and you're not afraid of the sensations, your body will do the math for you. Virginia, Abigail, huh? I'm a Maui boy. Or at least I'm on Maui now. If you guys are enjoying this live, do me a solid, please share the live. We've got 24 shares. That's amazing. Um, yeah, this is so intriguing. Yes, isn't it? It's like everyone wants to talk about like, Bashar. I have mixed feelings about Bashar now, but at one point I was so obsessed with Bashar. Who knows Bashar? If you know Bashar, type I thank you in the in the in the chat. I thank you. But I used to be so obsessed with channelers and all this stuff. And I don't think that the obsession is dumb or wrong. I think at a stage of awakening, it's really helpful. Hello and have and good day. Yes, exactly. I think it's really beautiful that that kind of stuff exists. And at some point, to me, you have to take the spiritual training wheels off. And I believe that Bashar's message, he says this a lot of like, you have to follow your highest bliss. I don't believe it's highest bliss. Abraham Hicks, yep, that's another one. great channelers, Edward Casey, so many good channelers. My teacher was a channeler. And at some point, again, you're going to realize that even people who love you and want you to do well, they are still external authorities. Their brain is not connected to your liver and your gallbladder and your kidneys and your adrenals and all of these organs inside your body. That's a you and you thing. When they say love is an inside job, it's because you have to love the body that you're in. And you have to at least appreciate the world you're in, the environment that you're in. Being in beautiful places, yes, might make you calm. Can you take that calm, be dropped into a war zone, and still stay calm? As someone that hopefully never has to do that, I'm training for that. Like sometimes I'll actually even do that. I'll like put gunshot sounds and war zone sounds and just like meditate inside of it. They say a true like master of meditation can meditate anywhere. Let's see. Abraham Hicks and Ram Dass. Yeah, so many good channelers out there. But again, at some point, you gotta channel yourself. Right? Like everyone's like, oh, I just got this download. Let's make a podcast about it. I'm gonna make some content about this download that I got. I'm like, bruh, I want the uploads. That's why music is so beautiful, guys. Music is so great because music is an upload. It's not a download, it's an upload. You might have gotten a message about some songs that you need to write, but genuinely, was that someone put something in your head, or did you feel from inside it came out of you and you're uploading it into the world? Can you upload it into the world? Despite your fear around people saying, oh, no one would listen to this. No one would read this book. No one would watch that dance. Well, are you dancing so that other people will watch you? Or are you dancing because it can heal you, right? I've been having hair issues. What kind of hair issues, my friend? Like thin hair? Are you the scalp person? Do we already talk about this? Straight up, guys, I'm not gonna have the answers to everything. I am 100% don't know everything about everything. And I'm not afraid to admit that. Listening to music is a spiritual experience, right? So like for instance, there's a difference between listening in your headphones, and I would especially if you have a good sound system, Janie, I would try this. There's a difference between listening to your headphones with your eardrums and being able to, like when you're at a festival or where there's big speakers, because what's happening with your headphones is there's little like plungers, I forget what they're called, diaphragms. They're little diaphragms that are vibrating, that are creating the sound, right? And your ears are vibrating with that because the air is pushing them, and that's how we hear sound. Well, we have many diaphragms all over our body, including like diaphragm, by the way, is just a word that means like a partition or a chamber. And so what I would invite you to do is pick a song, listen to it on your headphones with your ears, and then pick that same song, put it on your speakers, and lay down, smell, swallow, blow a cool stream of air, and see if you can't listen with your entire body. It's a trippy experience. So like it's thinning hair and pain in my scalp. Okay, I think we did talk about this before. I really, when it comes to hair, and nails, a lot of that has to do with like mitochondria health and blood flow. And like nutrition, but also your ability to extract nutrition. So I'm not saying my stuff won't help. What I'm saying is that, again, my stuff will maybe help you discover some ways that you can supplement it. Whatever it is that's coming up, I think we did navigate this a little bit last time, right? Is around identity. Like for instance, like teeth as well. Identity. Now I gotta hurry and get a speaker. Lol. I know, right? It's awesome. I'm going to a dermatologist, right? Yeah, I would say there's a lot of ways. Selenium and silica, if you can find good sources of that, is really good. Hair, like I just naturally, I just had this hair my entire life, which is funny because both my grandparents were bald. My dad, not great hair. So good genes, but then also like my blood flow, my circulation is tight. Where I would say don't cover it up. Like I would say like flex it. Like learn how to be confident with it. That would be what I would say. But I would also say like come join human design because my partner Pasha, who is the like the teacher of this stuff, the guy that I learned all my shit from, he had thin hair and his hair is a lot thicker now that he's been doing this. So I'm sorry, I just remembered that. Pasha has like healed himself of so many things. He's like torn his ACL, fucked up his Achilles, had all different kinds of like addictions and stuff like that, and has like healed himself of so many things. It's crazy. It's so funny and interesting. Yeah. Like for me, like the comb over, right? You're balding up here, so the comb over. If this starts to go, I'm just gonna shave it all off and give someone a nice wig. That's because it'll be my signal that it's time to go like Airbender, Avatar Aang type shit. How do you heal your spirit? Oh, great question. Um, why do you ask that? Chelsea, cute name. Why do you ask that? Why do you feel like your spirit needs to be healed? Desolate creature. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting question. Why do you feel like your spirit needs to be healed? I can rant on this for days, for days, for days, for days, for days, for days. I can rant on how to heal the spirit. However, experience has showed me that spirit means different things to different people. The spirit never needs healing, right? That's something that I thought of. I was like, okay, so why do you feel like you need to heal the spirit? That's why I asked that question. Um, but spirit means different things to different people. So I will tell you guys how I conceptualize spirit and how it relates to us human beings. Spirit to me is sort of more like God energy, right? Like omniscient, powerful God energy. Spirit is the thing that has allowed physical matter, material belonging. I call it the kingdom, the 3D world. I like calling it the kingdom. Spirit is the thing that allows the material kingdom to manifest and coagulate. As spirit lowers its density, it becomes more material. Now, at the highest level of spirit, pure gnosis, God consciousness, there is varying points, including the one at the very top, right? That is connected to the one at the very bottom and the bodies that we have in this kingdom. The soul, to me, is starts off sort of as like an ego, right? The soul is like the limited spirit in the physical kingdom. And oftentimes, again, people confuse spirit and soul. Like, are we talking about trying to heal God, or are we talking about healing, the limited version of God or spirit on the material plane? How to heal the addiction of being lazy? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a very complex one. Thank you for your information about projectors. I now know that I'm a self-projector. Yep. You doing voice memos and stuff like that? That's really helpful. Yes, I'm grateful to you and your sharing of your knowledge. You have much to offer. Thank you. You're welcome, guys. Go within. Interesting. Thank you. Yeah. So when it comes to healing the soul, I believe the best approach is healing the body. Because if the spirit and the soul are intertwined, right? And there's a connection between them. And the soul and the body are intertwined, right? Soul is sort of what you get when you have spirit, infinite God, gnosis, put into something with limitations to navigate the kingdom. That's where I believe the soul comes in. And it's this like, imagine being a God, having the ability to travel the cosmos, manifest things instantly, and then suddenly it's like you're in this little baby body and you can't do shit. The best thing you can manifest is someone to put a boob in your mouth so that you don't die, and change your diaper so that you don't die of unsanitariness. And then you grow up and you still have limitations. And you achieve and you achieve and you achieve and you still have limitations. Like I've achieved a lot of things in my lifetime and I still have limitations. And the beauty of having the soul is knowing that like there's something, there's a an energy or a body or something I'm cultivating outside of this that doesn't have limitations, but that the body lets me know when I need to rest. The body lets me know when I have energy, when I need to like move. And so healing the body, from your definition, your desire to heal the spirit is more so about creating a body that can hold more of that spirit. That was a long way for me to say that. I don't believe that you want to heal your spirit. I believe that you want your body to be able to channel more of the spirit. Chelsea, is that right? Makes sense for sure. I know there's a little delay, but does that make sense? It's like I don't want to heal the spirit. Spirit doesn't need healing, or spirit is the thing that is providing the healing. I want to heal the body. I would say, Hannah, whenever you want to make a decision, take your hands, rub them together a little bit, put them on your womb, right? And see if you can't get your voice or your uh-huh, mm-hmm, mm, mm-hmm, huh. So like for instance, if you're like, I need a break, right? Take your hands, rub them a little bit, put your hands on your womb, and ask yourself, is now a good time to lay down? Or have someone else ask you, is now a good time for a break? Or tune in, is there any more energy in here for this task, that task? Use your sensory information. Look at the thing that you have to do. Make some noise. Like I'll try and do it right now. Even though I have an undefined sacral, I'm all for saying fuck the rules. People be like, this doesn't work for projectors. I'm like, well, that's because you're unwilling to practice it. I have an undefined sacral. My sacral does a really good job of letting me know whether or not I have energy to do something. So let me try and see if I have some. I'm gonna look around in my room and I'm just gonna make some noise on stuff. I'm looking at a picture of my partner. mm. Um. Mm. 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 I looked at my coffee. I looked at my hairbrush. So these is just an example. These are subtle sacral responses, right? When something comes towards you or you move towards something, your sacral is going to respond. Say, whose sacral are you listening to? Oh no, it's your partner's. Well, it was my like. I looked at a picture of her, and it was like sacral is sexual creative life force. And anyway, yeah, it was like like she looks good in this picture too. It's when she's pregnant. But anyway, snake plants behind you. Yep. Mm. Hmm. Maybe they need water. That was a great example of like an undefined sacral. Like, is that thing okay? Because again, it doesn't undefined sacral doesn't mean you don't have a sacral response. It means that there are other sacral responses like mixed in with yours, and it can be hard to distinguish. That's at least my interpretation. Some human design traditionalists and analysts might say differently, but again, I just have my experience, and I have a very strong sacral. Like when something shows up, and I'm like I don't want to do this. Like I get the right. Sometimes everyone else will be like, oh, and I'll be like, I don't know about that. Maybe that's for you guys to do. I have a strong distinguishing field, and it's not always right. Again, I'm a 3-5, so I'm not here to like be perfect all the time. I don't think anybody is. Mine is spinning right now. Made me want to spin. Um, But again, it's like, don't give up the cage that you're in for another cage. Because this is still a smaller cage in a prison than this. This is the best prison ever. Okay? This is the best prison ever. There's so many things that are built into your body that this points at, and it gives you a language to look at. But it's pointing to this, right? Your heart center, proving yourself, the need to prove yourself. If you have an undefined heart, they say that conditioning shows up as needing to prove yourself. You're trying to be in control of something. You're trying to deliver the goods. You're trying to be first. You're trying to be the best at something. If you have an undefined heart, okay, where are you trying to prove yourself in your life? Where does your heart panic? Where does your heart freak out? How much pressure can you put on your heart? How much pressure does it take for your heart to be like, I'm giving up? Nope, this isn't worth it. Can you build capacity there? I'm a very conservative traditionalist, but yeah, 4-6 defined ego, right? So it's like people with defined hearts, I would say that you kind of like came into the world with naturally more robust of a heart. So for you, right, it would be as a child to get you to go against your ego, it took more effort than it would for somebody with an undefined heart because they don't have that sensation of like, my heart needs to be in it. That was it for me. Like it only took one time. I remember someone was like, Marco, you're really conceited. I said, oh, okay, I guess I'm not going to try. I have a dormant 26 and a dormant 51. And because of that comment, I didn't want to be the best, even if I was the best. Like if I was the fastest runner, I remember I would like slow down so that other people could win. That's being the best and the first. I would let go of that so that other people could be first, other people could be the best. I would always be, and that's also my Sungate 22, second class ticket, grace and openness. And so it's really beautiful to see how the overlaps of human design and our physical bodies are just like so beautifully linked. But yeah, it doesn't. Again, I'm not a conservative traditionalist. I believe in the foundation and the source, but I also believe that Ra was a human being. He had an experience with a voice, and after the experience with the voice, after the Black Book, he built a system around his experience with the voice, and that voice is still speaking to us. And if we have the capabilities to listen to that voice, we can expand on the body of information that Ra brought through. And that it's not going to be relevant for everybody, but that if it's relevant enough for you, or if you're willing to explore my approach to human design and Pasha's approach, our approach through sensory design, like you will find things out about yourself that human design could never tell you, that you might not ever be able to explain either. Personality moon 22.1. Let's go. Navigator, all that, my authority, etc. How to be disciplined and aligned. Yeah, well pointed out. My snake plants are green. Garden kiddos, they most likely need water. Yeah. So, oh yeah, as a kid, didn't understand why other kids challenged my athleticism till later on. Defined heart. Yeah, I am in a schoolie. This is my jam. Where can I find out about my human design? So I have reports on my website, Reikimarco.com, that weave in a little bit of the sensory design stuff that I'm speaking about, but that are also just really good for getting like source material information on your body graphs. I also have what I believe to be the greatest app on a discount, and it's already cheap. I think it's like $35 for the whole year. If you get through my link, it's 25% off, so like $26 for the entire year. And it has transits, composites, pentas. It has stuff that other apps don't have, even at their highest level of tier. Can I get a schoolie tour? Yeah, sure, fam. You're trying to get a schoolie? It's kind of messy right now, but this is it. So I'll just take you in from the entrance. So this is the entrance. Oh, let me go this way. This is the entrance. I hung this. I took the seat out just because I don't need it. And this is where my clothes go, music equipment, etc. That's my bed, which I haven't slept in a long time because we had another baby. That's that's that. This is my desk, stand-up desk. It goes up and down. And that's the tour. I know they're so short. Okay, let's have I want to try. Yeah, it's parked. It's parked and like jacked up. So it's not, yeah, to be living on a school bus in Maui is like the dream, I know. I had one of those reports very detailed. Yeah. So everything is in my bio, guys. If you want the app or you want a report, everything is in the bio. And again, everything that comes from me, aside from like booking my time, is I would say it's kind of expensive. It's like 263 to have an hour session with me. Um, Everything that I do, I try and make it like insanely accessible, like 27 bucks, 37 bucks, like something really accessible. Because when I was first learning this, I remember when reports would be like 200 bucks, and I'm like, what the and so I didn't like that. I'm like, I remember being a broke boy trying to learn Reiki, and it was like 500 bucks. And I was like, how am I gonna get 500 bucks, 1,000 bucks to become a teacher of this stuff? And so, I do my best to like Robin Hood it. Not that I'm like stealing from the rich, but I think this stuff should be accessible. Navigator all the way, my authority, etc. How to be disciplined and aligned. So Anna, when it comes to discipline and alignment, again, discipline to me, so that we're working on the same definition, is just like taking care of your future self. So whether that's drinking water so that your future self is not dehydrated, whether that's folding laundry so that your future self has clothes to wear, whatever it is, that's all discipline is to me. It's not doing the hard thing. It's just doing the thing that your future self is going to be like, thanks. Alignment and integrity kind of are similar words for me. And I speak to integrity because alignment, like you could be aligned with a narcissist. You know what I mean? It's not the kind of alignment you want. What you want is integrity, or you want to be aligned with people that are integral. Integral is the inside matches the outside. And ultimately, what integrity is it's the ability to withstand fire. What I mean by that is when someone says, tell the truth or tell a lie, you don't. Like you're in alignment with the truth. Capital T, not my truth, your truth, her truth, his truth. Capital T truth. The ability to withstand the pressure and the heat from the world around you and the pressure and the heat within you. So aligning with your purpose and being disciplined has very much so to do with your posture, right? Like which is a more aligned posture? This one, first posture, or this posture? Which one's more aligned? I'm aligning with gravity, aligning with my spine, right? This might be more aligned for relaxing or for falling asleep, cuddling up, getting small, or for wanting to be small and hiding, right? Instantly correcting my posture, right? And that's how alignment works. Find ways to be around people that are in alignment with something that you want to be in alignment with. Again, that's why we made the archive a community and not just like a course framework, because we wanted to give people an opportunity to align with other people. That's why we do live classes, so that not only you guys can stay aligned with us, so that we can stay aligned with you. Hey, just started following you. Appreciate the concept. Much love, my friend. Welcome, my angel friend. Yeah, and so like discovering your purpose, for instance, like what is your purpose? Um, the mind wants to know what your purpose is. The body already knows the purpose. The purpose is to live, right? The purpose is to live a life that's worth living. Your mind wants to make it something comparable to what other people's purpose is. What if I can't feel my gut? Take your fingers like crab claws, pinch your stomach like this, and then inhale, push your fingers out, and when you exhale, don't let the fingers go back in. All right, so inhale, swallow, cool stream of air. Don't let your fingers go back in. Hold that for 2 minutes. You'll feel your gut. You will feel your gut after a little while. I'm not going to do it with you, but I can feel my gut right now. It's like, why are you doing this? Help my homies out. No, I have no sensation, paralyzed. Oh, you're actually paralyzed? Tips for speaking up. Practice. Practice. Like, if you're alone right now, I would invite you to like make make the weirdest noise that you can. If you're alone right now, make the weirdest noise that you can. One that you would be embarrassed if people saw you making that noise or heard you making that noise. Just start like practice, right? I would also say fortify your jaw and your neck, right? So try and push your head over and then push it back. Push your head over, tilt it back. Take your hand, push your head up, drive it down. Make your neck stronger, make your throat stronger. Because it's speaking up is like, it's hard, it's scary. And here's the reality. For many people, speaking up meant death. Meant you were going to be excluded from the tribe, or you're not going to get food, or people are literally going to come and take life away, right? So there's a ancestral wound around speaking up. Nowadays, we live in a time, I call it the apocalypse, because this is the time when anything is possible. Anything is possible in the apocalypse. It's not the end of the world. It's the time when anything is possible. Anything is possible nowadays. So when it comes to speaking up, recognize that the sensations you feel when you know that it's time to speak up and when you don't speak up, that's the first tip, is to like start to track the sensations that are coming up for you when you know it's time to speak up, and see if you can't recreate those sensations for yourself. How to release jaw tension? Great question. I want to talk to my brother that's paralyzed for a second. Um, yeah, man, I don't know about that. Like, I'd love for you to do some of the work, because like I haven't worked yet with someone who's paralyzed. I would say, like, as a wild person, if your heart is in it and you don't want to be paralyzed anymore and you're willing to like experiment, I will let's make you unparalyzed, my friend. People might have told you that you'll never walk again, or you'll always be paralyzed, and not to say they're right or wrong, but like I've definitely seen some pretty crazy things. There's a breathing exercise. So when it comes to jaw tension, there's a lot of ways to release jaw tension. One of the ways is by creating jaw tension. So, like, for instance, imagine you're biting, or you can even put your finger in between your hands. And what I want you to do is like increase the tension in your jaw without biting your finger. Does that make sense? So you're not chomping down, but you're what's happening here. Most of the time, again, people are wait, finger did I say in between your hands? Finger in between your teeth. Because you're like you won't bite down on your finger. And so what it forces you to do, it forces you to activate other muscles, especially muscles on the back of your head and in your throat. And then skew the jaw. Right? You can massage it. Just take the jowls and just massage them back here. You can grab the ear and twist it. Take the ear, twist it, and then try and untwist it with your face. Take the ear, thumb goes right there. Hover, rotate, and then try and like you're trying to pull your ear out of your fingers. Try and do that. Again, a lot of times jaw tension too is like energetic of not necessarily speaking up. And so practicing making noises while you're massaging your face like this, make noises. See if you can get the tension to disperse down into your neck. That would be my advice. I would also say come check out the archive because we have a lot of exercises that will help with tension or pain or sensation anywhere in the body. Um, the archive is kind of like a sort of holistic treatment for these kinds of things. And it is getting about time for me to go, my friends. Any last questions that we have here, feel free to shoot them over. Thank you guys for 30 shares. That feels really good. I'm getting better at doing at the streaming thing. Um, yeah, I have a lot of pain in the right hip, comes and goes. Do you have on ideas what emotion that is? Interesting. Pretty unique question. People, when they feel pain in the hip, it's usually not necessarily about emotion. When it comes to the hips, for me, it's like brakes or gas. Like, what's your relationship with like leaning into something or like braking? Do you feel like one of those things is hindered? Best tip for manifestors. Oh, pretend to be like a Greenpeace advocate. Go to the farmer's market and try and get people to sign a petition. One of the coolest life hacks I've ever seen for manifestors is rejection therapy. That's why I say that. Because here to being someone that you're here to initiate, go practice initiating. Get 100 people to be like, nope, I don't want that, and then you can go home. If I do something on one side of the body, I feel I need to do it on the other side. Is that a thing? Yes and no. It's like your mind might want to say, like, oh, we need to be balanced, right? But sometimes it's like, your left quad needs more soft tissue than your right quad, or your right glute needs more soft tissue than your right glute, or your left glute, or your right glute needs more training and strengthening than your left glute does. I would say before you just do it mindlessly, ask yourself what is the intention of doing it. Because if it's just to do the other side, again, that's kind of like very surface level. What you're looking to create is harmony between the left and the right, not necessarily the same. Like symmetry is great, but in practice, it's the ability for asymmetry to reach for symmetry. That is where we get all of our power from. My my thoughts, at least. Manifesting generators the same. Yeah. If you have a manifesting channel, right? Either the 1222, the 3536, the 2145, the 2034. Go experiment with it. With manifesting generator, what I would have you do is I would have you tune into the sacral. Like watch your sacral response, the rising and falling of your gut when people are walking towards you, right? And you'll be like, oh, I don't want to talk to that person. Versus like, oh, I can talk to that person, right? Just watch that. And again, this is an experiment. This is so you can gather more data in a smaller amount of time rather than waiting. You know what I mean? Like 100 points of rejection. Think about that. How long would it take you to get 100 people to say no to you? Whether it's, hey, do you want to go to the movies? Hey, do you want to be my life partner? Hey, do you want to, get in the bed with me? How many years or months or whatever? How long do you think it would take for you to get 100 people to reject you? That's the goal with the rejection therapy. Is because rejection is not a reflection of your worth. And that will become very clear to you because you don't actually have a petition for them to sign. Because some people will say, like, oh, yeah, I'll sign the petition. And you'll be like, oh, I'm actually just out here getting rejection therapy. And they'll be like, that's really weird and interesting. Some people will be like, oh, whatever. Okay, that's funny. Some people will be like, whoa, that's really cool. And you might like meet a friend. So, anyway, what do I think of Tai Chi? I love Tai Chi. Tai Chi step in. I know a couple forms, although I haven't practiced in a while. But I love Tai Chi. I think at some point it's definitely going to become incorporated into the archive. Because again, there's so many systems of movement that already like they're touching on the things that we're touching on. We're just looking to go like deeper, deeper, deeper to the point of like, how does it smell? Like, can you smell when your bicep is at 100% or at 30%? How does it sound? What do you know the sound of your bicep? Do you know the sound when, your scapula disconnects from your rib cage? These are just, again, questions, abstract questions. I don't have data or science. I'm not here for that. I know there is someone that is here for that. I'm not here for that. Human beings used to be able to smell disease types. Yep, I believe that as well. Got you, Izzy. You're welcome. Rejection therapy or humiliation ritual. Yeah, it's so important. So important. Like I've learned, and I go and streaming is a great way to do it too. Going live, it's like I get people in here all the time that are like, again, like, oh, you need to find Christ, or, um, oh, they say all kinds of stuff. This guy's a snake oil salesman, and I'm like, okay, like, and that is something that I remember in my previous chapter. I would never post anything that people could potentially disagree with. Now I'm starting to get into the parent game, which I'm like, hey parents, stop trying to teach your kids manners before you teach them how to be authentic and real. Like it's like you're putting the cart before the horse, and you're going to condition your child before they have, at the neurogenesis stage, like trying to get a 3-year-old to say thank you, or a 2-year-old to say thank you, or a 2-year-old. Like, I don't tell my daughter to say hi to people. I do my best not to. It's so automatic, but I do my best not to. I don't say, hey, say hi to uncle. Most of the times, because she's like, I don't want to. And might see that as like, oh, but I'm the parent. I tell you what to do. But fuck that. Like, that will turn into later on in life. She's with a boy, and the guy is like, oh, hey, do these substances. I want her to say, no, I don't want to. Not, oh, well, daddy told me say hi to uncle, and I know it's not like a conscious thing. But that's the kind of shit. Like, I'd rather her make me look like a bad parent than her grow up to be conditioned to just do whatever the external authority wants. Great point. I work with babies, and you can tell what they want to do. Right. Like, if you're actually paying attention, like, these are not little human beings. I mean, I guess they are, but they're not like little adults. There's something else. They're children. Their brains operate. It's called neurogenesis. It's the first 3 years of a child's life. It's where their brain is literally in the first stages of development. And all they fucking need at that age is just love. Literally love. Nourish them, spoil them. I think that's the time to do it. Between 3 and 9, we can start to like trim away some things that we don't need. But prior to that, like, I see people like reprimanding their 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds. Like, what's wrong with you? Why are you crying? It's like, fuck. I'm still working up the courage to be able to talk to those parents and be like, hey, stop being a dick to your kid. Or why are you getting mad at your kid? Do you have a parenting section on your app? We don't have a parenting section. But that's probably something. Again, there's a lot of things that, in the future, the archive is going to have pieces of it. Right now, we're really just like, we're still in the first year of it. But the idea is that eventually, as it grows, and the price is going to go up too, but not for the people that already have their memberships. So eventually, the plan is to have it at like a $97 a month membership. Um, but if you get it now, it's 37 for the rest of your life. So just a little bit scarcity and pressure to get you in. Also, like, start your training now, because AI is fucking around the corner, guys. Okay, AI is right around the corner, and for the people that don't have this work, and whether it comes from me or Human Garage or MoveMed or any of the other somatic neuro fucking people out there, like, equip yourself with some neurological tools and some somatic tools, because AI is coming. AI is actually already here, and it's getting better and faster and better and better and exponentially better every single day. I just scrolled from an AI created videos and heard you say that. Yeah. No, so it's $37. It's a monthly thing. Although I have thought about introducing a lifetime membership. It would be something crazy though. It'd be like $1,000. But you'd have archive forever. Maybe it's 37 a month, or 333 for the entire year. And here's what I would say: if I was me looking at this from the outside and I didn't know anything about human design or me as Marco, I would do, and I felt it. That's the thing, is if you don't feel it in your body, keep coming back until you like start to feel some shit that I'm saying like resonate within you. Watch me for free until you're like, okay, I'll put 333. I'll put $333 into a year of training with this guys. Okay? Just keep coming back to the lives, keep watching the videos. This is what I would do. Until I'm like, okay, yeah, this guy actually is who he says he is, and all the free shit he says is great. So what is the shit that you actually pay for? What does that look like? Because you're gonna be stoked. And don't just trust me. Again, don't just trust me. I don't want to be your external authority. I don't want to be your teacher. I just want to be your homie. I want to be your reflector bestie that's like in the archive. You're like, I'm going through some shit. And I'll be like, well, hey, have you done these exercises and try this out? You got this. I love you. That's what I want. That's what I want people like. That's the kind of people that I want in my membership. Please help us. The parent may not like you, but you provide a chance to the child to analyze their parent at least for a minute. That's a great LC Designs, that's a great reframe for me. It's not about making the parent feel like a dick, but actually like helping the parent. Because I know that parents will yell at their kids because that's the best they can do. They think they're doing a service, but they don't know. This is my first live with you, and the understanding I have now about many topics that have come up is truly amazing. I look forward to the next one. Thank you for your time. You got it, Chris. Keep coming back. So, again, that's my invitation. Keep coming back. If you've been here a couple times, again, 333 for an entire year on the archive. I'm like, I spent thousands of dollars, so much energy and time to get fragments of what we offer on the archive. And I'm like, I want this to be available again at a stupid price. Especially here at the beginning of it, because it's like there's a culture building in the archive right now that is like, it's just so good. It's so good. It's wholesome. It's wholesome. It's like the people that you want to be around, that you want your children around. That's the kind of energy it is. And it's partly because I'm a dad, and that's what I want. I want to be surrounded by people that have a level of somatic embodiment of their human design, because I believe that it is the mind and the not self and the shadows of society that like rule most communities, and it's because the people, not just the people in power or the people leading the communities, but just the people in general, have no connection with their actual bodies. What's the topic of the subject? What's the archive? So the archive is where we teach sensory design, which I've done some exercises here, which if you didn't catch it, Josiah, this will be posted on YouTube. Go look up my YouTube, reikimarco.com, Reikimarco on YouTube, or reikimarco.com, which is my website, which has a link to my YouTube. Um, but check out some of the exercises that we did in this live. Um, Primarily, it's about connecting human design to the human body and the physiology. Um, and at its core, it's about building integrity, building the ability to withstand pressure and heat and the external authorities, so that other people can't manipulate you, so that you won't manipulate yourself against yourself for the sake of other people, so that you could ultimately manifest like the life that you want to live. I just got the app. Is so much. Can you explain a bit about it? Are you talking about Neutrino? I gotta go here soon too, by the way, guys. Um, you're talking about Neutrino. When it comes to Neutrino, there's a hell of a lot in there. I'm working on tutorials that I'm gonna actually here. I actually have a video, maybe some cookies for you guys to incentive to join the archive. I've been meaning to do this. I have a Neutrino design tutorial, and if you bought it on this live, hit me in the comments. Maybe I'll send it to you. But I'm about to post it right now in the archive. It's an unlisted video, so not just anyone can get it. It will be available to the public, but I do want to give my peeps an opportunity to. I don't have the archive. Come get the archive. That was the point. No, I said message me and I'll maybe send it to you. But I am dropping it in the archive, and I would recommend again the app Neutrino Design has so many wonderful a lot of information. If you're in the archive, you'll learn how to embody that information, which is the whole point of the archive. Because Neutrino Design is a great, again, it's the best human design app out there, but none of the human design system right now has exercises or physical training that you can do. That's exclusively on the archive. Hey bro, your 10-minute video really helped me out, but I'm still really dysregulated. Can you help me anymore? My friend, so yes, not I can't help you directly. I mean, I guess I can. You have to keep helping yourself, is what I'm saying. I would, if I were to help you right now in this moment, I would say commit to the next 30 days of doing that 10-minute video. And then also when you feel dysregulated throughout your day, drop into that. If you have the resources and the time to actually study something, I would come join the archive. Links are in my bio. Spend a month with me, 37 bucks, learn the courses. Like we have live classes and pre-recorded courses for you to watch. Share your story in the archive. It's a community as well. But that would be how I would help you. So, and just keep tuning into the live. I don't know if you guys can turn on notifications for me so that you'll see when I go live, but definitely come check me out live, check out some of my other content and stuff like that. But also be patient with yourself, my friend. Like dysregulation is something that is learned, right, for the most part. And so regulating yourself is also going to be something that's going to take some time. So with that, guys, I love you. I got to head out of here. This was freaking awesome. Um, Great live. Much love to you guys. Um, I will definitely be live next Monday. Pretty sure I'll probably be live a handful of times as well throughout the week. So, oops. So come back and tune in. Love you guys. Thanks again for all the shares and all the likes and all the good stuff. See you next time. If you're not following, make sure you follow. And again, if you are not in the archive already, the invitation is there. Come check it out. You got nothing to lose. Peace.